We are live. This is the market update. We are back. I am your host, Bill Noble. Stop being bearish. Get into the market. Hedge funds are paying 80K. Everyone is sold out, and I can prove it. Everybody is bearish. That's obvious. Everyone's afraid. That's ridiculous. Ridiculous. The market trades terrible. Of course it does. It's a bottom. Of course it does. If it traded good, it'd be a top, right? I mean, was there any reason to sell it when the Trump meme coin came out? No. Just like, there was no reason, you should have been selling then and buying now. Okay. So the YouTube member area, we have 5 new picks out today, right? It's time to go shopping. We said that. Now we're putting our money where our mouth is. We're getting busy, right? Keeter, member for 5 months. Thanks to the Noble team, sir. We appreciate that. Thank you. Very much so. These guys are on, Patreon is the middle tier offering, which we did a really good job of servicing this week. If I don't say so myself, we got these guys the podcast that they needed and the chart. So it's like newsletter plus podcast, middle tier offering, very underrated in my opinion. They were the original people that got this whole channel off the ground, the Spartans. So do check that out. Plus, if you join the free section, you get an email notification about the market update. Premium section gives you a lot. LuxAlgo, the chart program that makes the world go round. Can't live without it. Not selling Ethereum in the discount zone. Bill Noble Market Indicator will help you find 5-wave bottoms. So if you type in 10 symbols, you can find 5-wave bottoms. There's one in Ethereum. I'm not selling Ethereum at the discount zone. I don't care what anybody says. And prices are about to go up for Bitcoin Vegas. I realize these guys are not watching the tape, but you want to get your travel reservations, get your tickets on this QR code. Before the prices go up, Michael Saylor will be there with the government's plan for the strategic Bitcoin reserve. And the orange man may have to show up because right now the orange man can't seem to do anything right. So there may have to be a massive pivot back to Bitcoin. 80K is the new 20K. So if you're not buying it at 80K, I don't know what the hell you're doing. Not investment advice. Okay. So let's welcome who's here. So say hello. Bull Runner, Bob Martian, second. First on the paid member stream. Welcome to all of our members, right? Why does the market tank at 9:30? I don't know, because algos do things. They're trying to push you out. Good morning. Hi. The market's higher in London, and then the New York smacks it. So the over-the-counter dealers, Galaxy, and they can just buy it all. They're just taking it all. They're going to force everybody out, and then you're going to wake up one day, and it's going to be gone. Art from the Amsterdam airport. Wrong again. Don't forget. If you need a roadmap in crypto, and we will go over the Grok roadmap, subscribe to this channel and turn on alerts so you know when we're going live. And if the content works for you, make sure you hit the like button. Just like forget about it. Can Avalanche lead the market like 2024? Yes, but we prefer newer stuff. Again, see the YouTube member area for details on that because Toby hasn't been wrong about anything ever, so you better check that out. As soon as Trump stops tweeting, the bull market will start. Okay, I don't think he's going to stop tweeting. I think in 2017, we went through the exact same thing. I have a LinkedIn article, which is beautiful. Really, it's beautiful about how it's just like 2017. Like Toby thinks it's going to be just like 2017. I think maybe Q4. But I mean, if it's as bullish as he says it is, I actually have proof. And the Grok roadmap is somewhat similar. Who's saying that? Who's saying that? Nobody. It's like a void. It's like anybody out there. Well, you are. And of course, we appreciate that. But is anyone out there? Maybe. Is anyone listening? Probably not. You are, but no, it's just, I don't know. We're just long AF, right? Like, okay, yeah, we pushed in a Bitcoin at 85, XRP like 220, and ETH, I don't know. We thought we were a genius at 2100. I don't care. I'm not selling. I'm just not. Wrong again. Patriot Caveman, crypto scam in the house. Bud74, Randall, welcome. Wrong again says Lux or DeMark. For price, Lux. Honestly. For price, Lux. But symbolic, DeMark, I don't know, man. It's priceless because Legacy's looking at that. So, but I would say for price, dude, Lux. It's like, I don't know. It's like 1/3. Smash Toshi, Anti is wrecking me. All right, well, folks, you got to manage risk. If you bought it at higher prices, you call your accountant. I'm not selling that. McAfee, Second podcast was out last night with the best crypto rally cry. You will not sell. If you're thinking about selling and you listen to that podcast with McAfee, you will not sell. Utility season is here. We'll go over a thought leadership article. If your coin is not an app, it's not going to make it. So it's brilliant. AIntivirus is a privacy app that runs on the Solana ecosystem. That's how I'm explaining it from now on. It's an app. You can buy stuff on it. You can be private with Solana, email, right? Data, SIM cards. I mean, you don't think you need to be private? Jack Dorsey had his Twitter account shut off yesterday. That's in the good old USA where free speech is allegedly in effect. Renee, wrong again. Grandpa Keeter, anti-merch is cool. It is, dude. Come on. It's an app. It's an app that's worth $4 million. If you got wrecked, you bought it at the wrong price. I understand that. For what it's worth, my heart goes out to you. Antivirus.ai is the website. Now they have something where you can do a query. McAfee will answer in words, and then you can push a button, and McAfee talks. They got his voice, his personality, and his thought process all rolled into one. And by the end of the year, it's going to be a podcast where the guy can talk and answer, and it's eventually going to be a hologram. AI is moving at warp speed. AI has been destroyed. I'm not getting out. That's it. I'm not getting out. Ever. If anything, it's just going to go down. I'm going to buy more. If that does not work for you, then don't do it. That's what all I can tell you is what I'm doing. Bitcoin, XRP, ETH, and antivirus forever. Or I get wrecked. That's it. All right. Let's get going. We got a lot to talk about, which is refreshing because, when this market is just like cascading lower, sometimes there's nothing to talk about, but there's plenty to talk about today, like the fact that gold is up only and silver's about to follow, which is why ETH can recover because dollar down, gold up, silver up, revives ETH. As long as they can get something running on it, something. DeFi, treasuries, real world assets. I don't know how governments are going to finance $9 trillion in debt without massive QE and high powered money, which will help ETH. Meanwhile, gold is up only. So dollar down versus fiat. So first it's gold up, then it was euro up, now it's gold up. And meanwhile, we're selling Bitcoin like it's going to zero. Crazy. Crazy. Look at this. So here's the McAfee podcast. Like I said, it's on his site. It's on YouTube. It's like you'll just hit the green button as soon as you listen to it. It was incredible. Okay, this comes from a hedge fund. Really super smart guy, kind of savage too. I don't know. He made this thing on Bloomberg, and these are forced liquidations at the Bitcoin futures contract at the CME. So Bitcoin futures in legacy, massive forced liquidation, worse than FTX. That's it. Everyone in, everyone out, coming soon, everyone back in again. Coming to a theater near you. Listen to this. Hedge funds CIO, the American empire as we know it is done, over, complete, going to zero. Okay, so as I've said before, over and over and over and over again on this show, Dalio and all these guys that write these big, thick books about debt and geopolitical conflict, and it's all over. They love it when it blows up. That's just how the hedge funds make all their money because markets take the stairs up and the elevator down. So they all want to get short and have it disappear. But they all want to have a Tudor Jones 1987. They want to have a 2008. I don't know. They love this stuff, right? Cough cold. This guy made a lot of money. Whatever. What they're not counting on is the fact that Bitcoin can relieve the pressure in the system. Right? It's like there's absolutely no way that we are going to not have lower dollar higher Bitcoin, that we're not going to lead Web3. Do you realize that there's a tech CEO, somebody's running around making fun of him at South by Southwest, which is here in Austin? That there's actually a tech CEO that said he was Julius Caesar. Now, I'm Italian, so I like the Romans, but I mean, do you really want to bend your knee to Caesar? You better ask yourself that question. And then you better get in the YouTube member area and find, our FU to Caesar coins that we just pulled out. And we're going to be pulling out a lot more. It's like some of this stuff's like 900,000 market cap. It's buried this stuff. Yeah, I know people are wrecked, but like this guy, if he's right, that there's a major problem out there, that means crypto up only. That means that the YouTube member area, it's like you got to go in there and get the forecast. We'll do the Grok roadmap here, maybe if we got time. But you should stick around for that because I've shown it before, and it's right on the money. And of course, there's additional commentary on it in the YouTube member area, so you get that little extra edge. It's time to codify the DOGE cuts into law. Boy, they got the orange man on the run on this. He got caught trying to pass through one final round of sugar to avoid a complete stock market crash. And he got caught. This guy from Kentucky and Rand Paul. Right? Government spending is going down. It's going down. And that's good. It's good for business. It's good for crypto. It's good for the dollar. Lower. It's good for rates. Eventually lower. Government, for liberty to expand, government must shrink. For the economy to grow, government must get out of the way. That's it. That's the tweet. That's the market update. Really. Oh, Canada. If the orange man wants it, the orange man's going to press for what he wants. Now, eventually, he's going to press too hard, which has already happened. And then he's going to have to pivot back towards Bitcoin with Michael Saylor at the Bitcoin conference in Vegas, which I would encourage you to get tickets for when the market is going to zero and no one wants it. Right? Seriously. Yeah, okay. I get some, I don't get a ticket unless someone buys unless a couple people subscribe to this. I'm telling you right now, the orange man is going to be there. And if Michael Saylor is going to be there with something he got from the orange man. That's my opinion. Right? Everyone's selling Bitcoin at 80 now, and they'll be buying it at 125 in May, thinking it's going to 200. Okay, so it's kind of silly that we're running a car dealership now in front of the white painted dwelling. It's running a car dealership. What are we doing? Probably distracting everybody from the fact that we owe $37 trillion and we're trying to figure it out. That's probably what we're doing. But in the meantime, we're running a car dealership, and if that's not funny, I don't know what is, honestly. Okay, so Secretary Howard Lutnick says we're getting rid of taxes for anybody that earns less than 150. Yeah, they have to, because people are just destroyed. Rents are up. Nobody can afford a house. What are they going to do? Right? They can't write stimulus checks, so they could, but they don't want to. Just say, okay, these people just don't pay taxes, right? You have two people earning $60K each. They're poor. Right? They can afford to exist, but they can't afford to do anything else. And if their car breaks, they're done. You know how many Gen Z guys I know without cars, or Gen Z couples with one car? Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Right? Crazy. Okay. SEC going to drop Ripple case. Okay, that's probably priced in. But the SEC is done picking on people. Ian Bellina is now that case is dropped. They actually nailed him in a civil case, right? Civil cases are tough, right? Some of that stuff can come down to whether or not the jury likes you. My brother's in that law. Somewhere in here, I got the headline, but the SEC is getting out of the way and we're all selling. We're all bearish. They got everything you wanted for Christmas, and everybody thinks the cool Hot Wheels set is a lump of coal and onions. Crazy. You're going to look back at this and go like, what were we doing? What were we doing? Okay, SEC dropping lawsuit against Ripple. XRP, fast form of money. XRP approved by Dubai to provide crypto payment services. XRP is going in an ETF. I got that in here somewhere. It's a company that has a product and a fast cryptocurrency. Period. End of story. Saves banks money. Period. End of story. Right? Someone's going to use it. Government, private sector, XRP ETF. Right? I know I have it. Okay, there it is. Coming to a theater near you. Franklin Templeton. Boom. It's happening. It is absolutely happening. Okay, so Michael Saylor is okay. This, by the way, this is interesting. So the orange man, right, who's just, he's just undeterred on Twitter, going off, doing exactly what he did last time he was in office, says markets are going up. Which is interesting because he wouldn't say markets were going up at the top because they knew what they were going to do with the tariffs. Seriously. Kramer was interviewing him outside the stock exchange, and Trump, he's like, hey, Mr. President, what do you think of stocks? He's like, I don't want to, no comment. Same thing happened in 2017. Everyone's like, oh my God, this, oh my God, that. The Fed turned on the fire hose, market went straight up. He's got a point. You know, we owe $37 trillion. What are we going to do? Raise taxes in the United States to 90%? What are you going to do about that? In defense of some of the policies. I don't agree with some of this sugar bill that went through, but what do you expect them to do? If assets minus liabilities equals equity and the L is too big, the debt, you got to increase A. You got to get cash and countries. He's trying to do both. Crazy? Maybe. But he's doing something. Speaking of doing something, Uncle Michael Saylor, has got his new strategic Bitcoin reserve PowerPoint presentation. So Mike doesn't have to talk about it going to $13 million anymore, although I'm sure that's in here. But he's like saying, hey, how to save the U.S. government in 10 slides or less. Okay, Bitcoin is massively undervalued versus all these other assets, which is true. Which is so true, right? So true. Gold is a rock. I mean, gold is going up, but Mike's got the PowerPoint. And Mike is not going to stop, right? He's got the go-ahead for the government. $1.5 billion worth of shorts face liquidation at 90K. Well, you know that's going to happen, right? Because that's what they do. They're going to buy it at 80, and then they're going to ramp it up and liquidate everybody at 90. Just as sure as God made little apples, not investment advice. Because that's what they do. That's what the casino does. They get you leaning long, they liquidate you. They get you leaning short, they liquidate you. They liquidate until somebody comes in and buys and you have no capital or somebody has no capital to participate. And when no one has any capital to participate, it goes parabolic, right? It only goes parabolic if no one's in. So they're just going to get everybody out. And when they're done with that, and even if it goes straight up in May and then you have to wait until December or whatever, like November, like 2017, well, who cares? How long have we been waiting? Right? We talked about this in the YouTube member area as to how to play these things, right? So, you know, everyone will eventually be talking about what we're talking about in the YouTube member area on how to allocate portfolios, how to trade these up and downs, how to look at it. It's all there, right? Okay, strategy ranks 14th amongst S&P 500 companies in terms of cash on hand and their treasury. So United Health has $10 billion more on hand than MicroStrategy does. And they're about to buy $21 billion worth of something. And guess what? They're going to be up here one day. And all these characters who don't think they have to get involved, they're going to have to get involved. Because there's going to be a problem with the dollar and they can't do gold. It's useless to them. And all these characters are going to do Web 2 and Web 3 as well. They're going to come pouring in. And everybody thinks that when they come pouring in, they're going to dominate. That remains to be seen. Like, yeah, they may do big things, but then the crypto world could then start doing big things themselves. Okay. $13 million in 20 years. Be careful with this. I don't like this no price is too high thing, but you know, the guy is, he's just like, look, you're not getting him off his view. He's borrowing $21 million. He's going to pay 80 or 70. He'll pay whatever it is you'll sell it to him at. Matter of fact, I think a lot of what's going on here is that the market is pressuring people, trying to get people to puke out so they can buy this stuff and then sell it to everybody at 90, right? They want to buy your crypto at 80 so they can turn around and sell it to 90. Okay. Okay. Breaking news. Time to reprice the European recession. And thanks for the euro short. Okay. So yeah, the orange man is after the European Union. The orange man is after everybody. I wish the orange man would get after Bitcoin, to be honest with you. But you know, this guy defied the orange man on government spending. Good for him. Good for him. Right. I mean, he's raised like $200,000 and little people contributing. He's just like a House of Representatives guy from Kentucky. He's probably going to wind up as senator. Okay. So, you know, again, get Uncle Sugar out of the way. And, you know, the Get Uncle Sugar out of the way movement should embrace this guy. And I agree. Okay. Now, yeah. Okay. So we have a dude. Let me just come off the screen share here. So just as a point of information, sovereigns don't always have your interest at heart. They don't. There's all this talk that, you know, we got politicians, including the orange man, is taking like $200 million from a certain country overseas, right? And that certain country overseas has stated emphatically that they want a conflict with another country overseas. We're not talking about Eastern Europe now. We're talking about a different area of the country. And the far right is getting critical, and they're saying, hey, This thing looks like it's going to start, that they're going to resolve one conflict and start another. And that better not happen. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen because I think this thing with Thomas Massie is going to change that. And if the government wants to get involved in anything, they should be getting involved in Bitcoin. And if they want to get involved in stupid stuff, it's going to make the craze for Bitcoin and privacy even more. Right? Antivirus is an app. I'm not getting off of it. I'm not shilling it either. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Because you know what? I go through some of these headlines, you know, about what the far right is saying about who these politicians are taking money from. Who are they taking money from? Do they have your interest at heart? The politicians might, but not the people they're taking money from. I can tell you that right now. So, I mean, what are we doing? Are we protecting ourselves? I don't know why I don't just keep this on my desk, right? Have you got your privacy data? Are you surfing the internet, doing social media privately? You got a gift card, $200 loaded on here in the event something weird happens? Merch, recreational plants. It's an app. You got to have an app. You got to have money and an app. Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, antivirus. That's what I got. Okay, so, and this is a very, I love this. This, you know, this could be the one slide market update because I don't think people get what I'm talking about when it comes to sovereigns. This is the antivirus website. So Texas, right? Yeah, we're a red state. We're tough guys. Not all of us. So this is the attorney general who is kind of a tough guy, right? But they tried to impeach him. Who's they? The Texas Parliament. Now the Texas Parliament supposedly is trying to criticize political memes. So can you believe there's an element inside the Texas government bought and paid for by somebody who's after this guy and is after your meme coins or after your memes in Texas? I can't even believe this is accurate. Okay. I can't even believe it's accurate. I like this. Why TikTok should be on chain. Social media is going to be on chain. It's got to be on chain. They're down at South by Southwest saying exactly the same thing. It's got to be on chain. None of this is priced into the market. None of it. Absolutely none of it. Crypto trading volume drops 20% on tariffs. Good. Just like 2017. Good luck. Solana to cut inflation by 80%. Validators don't want it. Yeah, that's because they get the Solana and dump it on your head because it's allegedly free trading, right? TANSTAFL is the acronym. TANSTAFL. There's no such thing as a free lunch. Right? Solana's a great coin, but, you know, it's your path to antivirus, but it's an operating system. Like, what's worth more? Like, do you say, oh, I have iOS. I have iOS. Or do you say, hey, I have a cool app. The app you pick, the coin associated with the app you pick is the long-term winner. I have mine. You could have yours. Solve going to offer on-chain MicroStrategy model. They're going to buy Bitcoin. Everyone's going to buy Bitcoin. Everyone's going to buy gold. Everyone's going to buy Bitcoin. And you know what? That's exactly what they want to happen. They'll let the government buy it over the top. They want Michael Saylor. They want the private sector. They want the states. They want everybody buying it. Get that wealth effect in your hands. Just because they didn't do it doesn't mean they can't talk it up. Doesn't mean they can't talk everybody in. Of course, this is when retail is done puking it at 80. When they're done fooling you. When they're done fooling you on the downside, they'll liquidate you on the upside. It's going to happen. MicroStrategy's preferred stock is defying MicroStrategy's downturn. Well, first of all, MicroStrategy, the common stock, MSTR, is holding just fine on the 200-day moving average. Yeah, maybe it's down today, but whatever. It's holding. It's not collapsing. This preferred stock, this, it's called paper. So Bitcoin connected legacy paper is being sucked up by everybody. He could probably borrow $50 billion if it crossed 100K. Because all these insurance companies, they can't buy the crypto stocks. The Bitcoin ETF doesn't have enough volume. They definitely can't buy spot Bitcoin, but they can buy a bond or a preferred stock. I mean, Michael Saylor is like a huge chunk of the whole preferred stock market. What's a preferred stock? I don't know. It's a hybrid between a stock and a bond. Let's call it that, right? He's just going to keep issuing this stuff. And they're going to keep selling it to them. And then the government's going to figure this out. Oh, yeah, we could issue a special type of bond backed by the Bitcoin that we have to buy more Bitcoin. That's exactly what he's doing. Governments are going to do it. Corporations are going to do it. Retail's going to do it. Everyone's going to do it. That's after they get done selling it to market makers at 80. Binance, Galaxy, Kraken, everybody. They're standing down there like, okay, well, we got to buy $21 billion worth of Bitcoin. And instead of selling it to Michael Saylor at the top and then dropping it, we'll just drop it more first and then sell it to him at 90 after we liquidate everybody. So we'll liquidate everybody. We'll push it to 92. Then we'll sell it to Michael Saylor. Thank you for shopping in crypto. Right? You got to think like smart money. This is unbelievable. Bank robot ends Grok unintentional token creation spree. Remember this? AI agents creating other AI agents that create tokens, that create an ICO boom on either Solana or ETH. People are acting like this can't happen. What happens if these tokens are apps? Right? Why does everyone think that this AI thing is not like rapidly accelerating? Like people are firing people. People are firing people. Companies are firing people now because they will eventually be able to replace their jobs with chatbots, agents. They're not waiting for the agents to be created. They're getting rid of the people now because it'll eventually be automated. So if you don't own this stuff with whatever money you have, some people say Bitcoin is an AI trade. I agree. Antivirus is an AI trade. Or if you just find your own AI trade, you know. Toby got one of her girlfriends, she was looking at Fetch at $2 and now it's at 40 cents and she bought herself some Fetch or some artificial super intelligence token because anything we don't need. I mean, if you don't think we need decentralized AI, then you could bend your knee to Julius Caesar. I'm not doing that. I can only tell you what I'm doing. I'm not doing that. House Financial Services kicks off stablecoin. Yeah. You know why, folks? Because if they don't have stablecoins, there's no bid for treasuries. None. None. Right? The stablecoins buy treasuries to back the stablecoin. So if they got to issue $9 trillion worth of bonds, they better get a couple $1 trillion worth of stablecoins going. They're literally going to print stablecoins to save the government bond market. And everyone is bearish crypto. That printing tether was what mooned the market in 2017. And they're telling you right now, the House of Representatives is going to print stablecoins. The SEC is going to drop all the cases and take the rest of the decade off. Rest of the decade off. Ring. Hi, you've reached the SEC. We're at lunch. We don't have anything to do. Please call us back. We'll return your call as soon as possible. I mean, they dropped everything. They dropped Ripple, Ian Bellina, everything. Inflation print calms markets. Whatever. Nobody knows what the inflation data actually is, and that is the case to buy crypto. No one knows what it actually is. It's all BS. Like you've noticed at DOGE, and nobody's gone into the Bureau of Labor Statistics. No one's gone in there. No one's read their email. No one's called the Fed. Nobody knows anything. It's like data for hires. Call us up and say egg prices are going down when they haven't. I mean, you may like the people in power and you may not have whoever you like, it doesn't matter. A lot of it is the same. And if you cut $100 billion and parade around the White House and yell at everybody and wear cool clothes and have an auto show, great. They're still spending $1 trillion every 6 months, so buy Bitcoin. Cboe files to allow in-kind redemptions for Galaxy, Bitcoin, and Ethereum ETF. Allow moves in-kind redemption and creation streamlines ETF trading efficiency, bypassing the need for cash. Okay, I don't fully understand what that means, but I do know that if Galaxy is involved, it's a smart play. And they're in this OWNB ETF, right? Where you can just buy an ETF filled with companies that own Bitcoin, which includes MetaPlanet. It's like the Bitcoin ETF, Bitcoin stocks, I don't know, 6 or 7 low cap, mid caps, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and the shitcoin of your choosing. You know what mine is? You can have one. Some people do ski mask dog. You can do whatever. right? It's just like a stock portfolio. You have your stocks, you have your crypto, right? You have your crypto stocks, you have your big cap crypto, you have your small cap crypto, and you have your spec stuff. Cardano has lost $15 billion in market cap since the Orange Man rug. Well, it would be a good idea if Charles built something on this. I thought Uncle Sugar was going to build something on this. I think they now have a sense of urgency. I think all the layer ones are now going to have a sense of urgency. Avalanche watched a bunch of capital flow out of it. A lot of people want to give up. I don't agree on giving up on layer ones, but at the YouTube member area, we have what we think on what your layer one strategy should look like. But they got to build something here. They got to build the killer app. The killer app may be coming. And no one is talking about that. Like, do you think that Charles Hodgkins and Vitalik and all these guys are just going to sit around? Like, you don't think there's going to be a killer app maybe on Sui, which we talked about in the YouTube member area, where we actually recommended a super low cap coin, which you have to check out. I mean, literally started the podcast like, hey, how you doing? How you doing? What's going on? Hey, sick of people bearish. Okay, let's get to the coins. Nebraska open for business. New Bitcoin ATM law. Be careful of scams. I don't care how they get in. I still think GameStop will be a Bitcoin storefront. ATMs, Bitcoin education, Bitcoin products, Bitcoin trading. Normies will go in. It'll be like a Schwab office. Go in, come out with some Bitcoin. I mean, Michael Saylor should buy GameStop, right? Oh, I don't know if you can buy all the GameStop stock because someone shorted, but they should buy Bitcoin. And if there's ever a Bitcoin storefront, forget about it. It's going to 200K. I mean, people used to line up around the block to get games at GameStop. What happens if they're lining around the block to get Bitcoin? Right now, Toby's friends have to go to Toby and sit, and Toby has to explain it to him. It's like, okay, this Coinbase this is what you do. What happens if you can walk into GameStop and do that? Tether says stablecoin issue has been through hell. I know you guys are having so much trouble with 54 employees and you make as much as BlackRock. Ooh, you guys are having such a tough time. Okay. But the stablecoins, it's been hard, right? They're after these guys. They're constantly after these guys. We got to knock all that off, right? We got to get off Tether's back. Hopefully they're solvent. And if they're not, we got to build something that is, period, end of story. As long as it's not a CBDC. Anything other than USDC, I'll take it. Honestly. Look at this. Coinbase to halt trading of meme coins, which they listed and dumped on your head. Now the state of New York says you can't do it, so everyone has to further dump the coin. Thank you for shopping at Coinbase. What is with these guys? What is wrong with them, right? What is wrong with these people? What is wrong with these people, right? What is wrong with these people? List the stuff that Web 2 is going to buy. Set it up so that Web 2, you got connections, call these guys, say, what are you guys going to do? List it and tell retail to get involved in advance, which is what they do in the stock market. Hey, here's a cool IPO. Hey, here's NVIDIA. Hey, buy this before everyone else does. I don't understand why I don't do that. We're doing pump and dump and rugs in every which way. And you know what? People are going to look back on this and they're going to say, look at all the shameful, stupid stuff that we did at a massive long-term bottom. Man, were we stupid. Just like in 2018 with the ICO crash when ETH went to 80. It's like, wow, that was pretty dumb. It was pretty dumb. Now, of course, on the subject of them just getting all your crypto, Orange Ben says US doesn't have free trade. We have stupid trade. We're all getting ripped off. I don't care. I don't care. I'm going to do what I want to do. Eventually, this will apply to Bitcoin, or it will create the reason why you need to buy Bitcoin, because they will destabilize the fiat foreign exchange market, which has done nothing for like 10 years. They're going to wake that whole monster up. You're going to have gold flying around. You have Bitcoin flying around, the euro, the yen. It's going to be like the good old days. It's going to be like the 90s. And that's the last time you had rock'em sock'em action in foreign exchange, as far as I'm concerned, like on a regular basis. By the way, speaking of, 2017, the Orange Man. So crypto, this is Raoul Paul on LinkedIn. Crypto is still feeling the tightening and liquidity squeeze from the strong dollar and higher rates. This is almost done and financial conditions are easing and M2 is headed back up, which is right here, this faint line, right? You've probably seen this graph before where, Bitcoin goes down because M2 went down. It's like a lag. And then M2 goes back up and Bitcoin goes back up. Well, you've probably seen that. And that's like, nah. This guy turns around and says, this is what happened to M2 in 2017. So no particular crisis, nothing particularly wrong. Yeah, now they got the $9 trillion in government debt that has to be financed. So I don't know how they're going to do that without printing. Fed's got to push money in the system one way or the other. We had the same correction in 2017 caused by the same reaction to the same Orange Man policies, which all reversed themselves. And of course, crypto Twitter, being the geniuses that they are, they think a recession is coming. And this black line is like a manufacturing metric survey kind of thing. And it's showing that we've been in a recession. The recession has already happened because manufacturing, the black line went down, Bitcoin went down, and then manufacturing is going to do better, and so is Bitcoin. Guess what? Right? I'll give you a free one. Figure out what everyone else do and do the opposite. Just do the opposite, right? Now, I will also tell you that you can hear it from Toby Ward because she told you 2 weeks ago, right? So all our people are just like shopping, or you can listen to this podcast from friggin' McAfee, man. This is on Spotify and YouTube. Holy cow. Is he telling you? He is telling you. You don't want to buy crypto. You will listen to this. You will buy crypto. At a minimum, you stop being bearish. You will. Period. Bitcoin ETF outflow streak ends with 13 million in inflows. Yeah, that's because the Bitcoin ETF is sitting on the 200-day moving average. It's filled the gap. Patreon members got this 2 days ago. To me, this is obvious. They want to hit this market again. Have fun. Have fun. They're standing down there. They're taking everything. Every time the Orange Man opens his mouth, I wouldn't be surprised if they were buying, to be honest with you. They know how to move the market now. They know how to get it down. And then they're going to turn around and it's going to go right back up again. Massively. Because when people figure out, why are we buying gold? Why are we buying the dollar? Is there a good fiat alternative? Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe not. The only thing that makes sense to me is Bitcoin. Centralized data infrastructure violates Web3 core of decentralization. You can have privacy, own your own data, or you can bow to Caesar. Choose. Thorchain at a crossroads. Okay, well, you know what? If you want adoption and innovation, who's the first group of people to adopt new technology? I hate to say this. Who's the first adopter? Who were the first adopters of Bitcoin? Bad guys. Who was the first adopter of muscle cars? Smugglers. Back in the Prohibition era. Who put Thorchain on the map? Cross-chain trading. Lazarus, right? So everybody knows who Thorchain is, and now everybody knows Thorchain works. AIntivirus got a Solana mixer trying to move that over to Ethereum like Tornado Cash. And we know Tornado Cash works. AIntivirus has a burn mechanism attached to its mixer, unlike Tornado Cash. Cross-chain works. We had a couple cross-chain picks. Woo! Toby found some good stuff on cross-chain. Ridiculously low market cap. Ridiculously low. And some of our customers had great ideas. 10, 15, 30 million market cap. Some stuff on the move on the up, some stuff on the way down. Tell me cross-chain's not a theme with this news. Just tell me that. I won't believe you, but you best think about that. Crypto whale liquidated for $300 million in ETH trade. $308 million right into the fire. Like I said, you get leveraged, you get smoked. You know, they got ETH at its discount zone with every LuxAlgo buy signal you could think of. And everyone's just puking it out. Like there's no hope for it. Like they're going to run real world assets and DeFi. And we're going to do it all in legacy. Like when you say, I don't like ETH, when you say, I don't like Avalanche, when you say you don't like this stuff, even though I think you want to be in the new stuff, when you hate all the stuff that's out there, you're basically saying, I'm okay with the status quo. I love the sovereigns. I love the banks. I love the Web 2, the social media. I love all of that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's go on your phone and make a meme and have, state troopers knocking at your door. How can that possibly be a good thing? It's not. And in the meantime, again, we're all bearish. I can just say it with kind of like a smile on my face, We're all bearish. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's like I wake up every morning, I kind of shave my head. I'm like, I look at myself in the mirror and I go, why did you look at the market when you woke up this morning? Why? It's just going to make you bearish. And you're going to have to spend all day getting unbearish. And by the time I get done shaving my head, I've come to my senses. So you're not the only one. Just saying, you have to do something. I shave my head. You got to do something to keep yourself out of this bearish nonsense. Okay, so at Jack got locked. At Jack got jacked. It's free speech only if they like what you're saying. Alameda just unstaked $23 million in Solana. Okay, well, hopefully they put some of that into antivirus. Probably not. But, hopefully these guys are not dumb enough to just turn around and dump all this. I know a lot of hedge funds that, they could have dumped Solana at 200 on the way up the first time and didn't, so who knows? Okay, if they dump Solana, it'll test Solana. That's how I look at it, right? If they dump the market, Bitcoin dominance will go up. I don't think you should have too much in any one coin. You can have a lot of money in Bitcoin. If you want to go crazy in a small cap, you want to make a bet, make a bet. ETH, Solana, Avalanche, just make sure you keep it proportioned to the rest of your portfolio. And like I said, the YouTube member area has guidance otherwise. El Salvador, thank you. I'll buy more Bitcoin. Strike while the iron is hot. There are two plays right now, Bitcoin and an app. The app is anti, Bitcoin is the money, anti is privacy. That may be all you need. Oops. Can't help it sneaking that stuff in there. Can't help it. New Mexico. Did you know, somebody told me the other day, and I don't know if this is true, but it's one of the US states where allegedly the people have the lowest average IQ, yet they can figure out to buy Bitcoin in their legislature. Okay. Albert Einstein was not from New Mexico that I know of, but they're like, hey, it's a beautiful place. Let's buy some Bitcoin. We're looking at the dollar. We're looking at gold. You really need to have, do you have to have a diploma from an Ivy League school to figure this out? I don't think so. A social media video platform stock goes up because they buy Bitcoin. More corporate treasuries are holding Bitcoin. Yeah, right. Not Giga Chad, Baldy. Wake up. Wake up. List something and then talk to me. Coinbase CEO says he'll hire 1,000 people in the US as crypto tide turns. Right. Hopefully one of those people will be able to give you advice on what coins to list. But was that his idea or was that the orange man's idea? It's like, hey, you want to sit at the table? You go hire somebody. Remember we talked about this. These announcements are going to come. We're going to hire people. We're going to expand. We're going to get big. You get Bitcoin printed 100K again, you're going to have this whole industry explode. That's what people missed about the crypto summit. They left with a mandate. Make this bigger or you're never coming back again. Talk to me when you've hired 1,000 people. Talk to me when you've doubled your staff. Talk to me when you've doubled Bitcoin. Don't expect me to do it. Everyone wants me to do it. I got a great idea. I'm the president. I give the orders. You go do it. You go do it. That's why Michael Saylor's out with his PowerPoint. He's doing his part. And so is Armstrong. All right. So Armstrong hires 1,000 people. Good. Right? They get off Ian Bellina's case. Good. Token Metrics had like 30 employees, 5 executives. They had me on every day. Right? All day. It was a company. And then they went after him on some BS from 5 years ago. I'm glad they dropped it, because that's 25 crypto jobs or more. He's got a hedge fund too. Go. You know what I'm saying? Like, they know what they're doing when it comes to small cap coins. You know, that could be 50 crypto jobs if they got public. Spot ETH ETF we talked about, right? I found everyone's crypto at BlackRock Coffee Bar in Houston. 1.4K views. That's not bad. That's not bad for me, right? They're gonna buy it all. They really are. They are just going to take everybody's everything. U.S. pushes for 1 million Bitcoin reserve without taxpayer costs. Yeah, they're going to issue debt. They're going to print money. They're going to sell gold. I don't sell all the gold, but they're going to figure this out, right? And if they can't figure it out, then what they're going to do is they're going to talk it up until everyone else does it, which is a perfectly reasonable, logical strategy. Talk it up, that's the way it used to work. Like the Fed used to be able to say, you know what? The Fed, the Treasury, and the Bundesbank would come out and say, the dollar's too strong, the dollar's too weak. We don't want this, we want that. And the market would just do it. Because they said so. Don't make me come in and make you. Don't make me come in and buy 1 million Bitcoin before you get long. Okay, here's Ian. Go hire somebody, bro. Go knock it out. Okay. So we got some thought leaders. Everyone's picking their spot here. Here is the sensationalist headline. All the L1s are dead. Memes no longer smart. Okay, Web 2s are going to take over Web 3. You know, WorldCoin exists. They told you. You've been told what they're going to go do. You've been told they're coming. And when they come, you better own either the stuff that they get into or the parallel stuff. Because crypto is going to look at what they're doing and go, oh my God, we better get in and do this. The hedge funds, the general public. You know, you better get with the tech part of this, because I can tell you right now, the big players are going to do it. And she's absolutely right. Crypto landscape will be unrecognizable in 5 years. Institutions are coming in. Speculative, stupid stuff is fading. You must prove that your token has a reason to exist. ETH Denver is dead. Thank God. Right? Business development is out. Investor relations are in. Tokens without product market fit will not be around. Pump fist, figure it out later, over. Crypto stocks will replace altcoins. Find out whether we agree or don't agree in the YouTube member area. Okay, there's something in here about your coin has to be an app. Your coin has to be an app. Think of your coin as an app. Do you have apps on your phone that don't do anything? Okay. Then you need to get rid of it. Okay. Your coin has to be an app. Okay. Robinhood, Stripe, PayPal are already in there. If they launch their own chain, who stops them? Who stops them? There's a lot of stuff out there. Lush, you know, it's just something I was looking at. You know, they can create AI influencers like 4 million market cap. AIntivirus, same thing. There were other coins. Some of this stuff's down to 100,000 market cap. You know, here's the guy with M2, and here is like the parabolic Bitcoin curve, right? I mean, it's like nowhere's near any type of previous top. Not even close. Not even close to what this guy was saying. Not even close. And we're all bearish. Okay, PPI falls, whatever. The biggest reason to buy Bitcoin is we have no idea what PPI is. We have no idea what it is. So just get out of the system, right? Get out of the system or get in the decentralized Web3 world before Web2 comes in and takes over. You want to bow down to Caesar? I don't. Eggs, oil, interest rates are all down. Tariff money's pouring in. Okay, gas is down. I noticed that. Interest rates, I don't know. Eggs, definitely not. I know they're working on it, but, you know, This is like used car salesman type stuff. You know, they're trying to tell you what it is when it isn't. That was the last administration's strategy. And sometimes things don't change. Just because you like them doesn't mean it's different. It doesn't. Do sovereigns have your interest at heart? Yes or no? Orange Man wants to buy Binance or get a stake in Binance. This is called monetizing MAGA. I saw this yesterday. Monetizing MAGA. Right? All this guy can do, it's like me. All I can do is tell you what I'm doing, and all he can do is tell you what he's doing. That's all he can do. This is what I'm doing. I want crypto running on truth. I want part of Binance US. I'm doing it. You should do it. Meanwhile, we're all selling. The market has become the memes. I'm telling you, the memes made the market stupid. It wasn't that the memes were bad. It's that they rotted your brain. It was like a lobotomy for the market. You just went for the casino, and if it wasn't a casino, you didn't want to play anymore. It wasn't that the coins were bad, or it wasn't that the people on pump. It wasn't awful because retail is hopeful and looking to make money. Look at them sell this thing today, man. Whew. Look at them pound on it. This hedge fund character that called me up yesterday was like bragging. He's like, yeah, I got it at 80. Okay, well, you know what? They may take it back down to 77 and do a double bottom. I don't know. Look at this red on red. This is Bitcoin 4-hour chart. Just everybody giving up, right? ETH on a daily chart has got support near 1800. Okay, stocks, 13 bottom, rally, and now they want to take it down again. We'll see if this is a double bottom or whether they just hate it. Every time the orange man opens his mouth, he gets the market down. They want the market down, which is an opportunity for us. Okay, XRP, don't know what it's doing, hanging around here at 230. That's fine. That's fine. Riot. Oh, let's put a crypto stock up on DeMark. I'm drooling over crypto stocks. Like, please hit the market. Okay, so this is breaking support, so that's terrible. This DeMark work is not good on the daily chart. It's not, the DeMark work is really not good anywhere. Okay, options in Riot. Okay, well, if you have options in Riot, you have a 0 and a 5, right? So that means this should end soon. Okay, but there's no, it's weird. There's no DeMark bottoming signal. There's no nothing. It's weird. You just got that DeMark Elliott wave signal. I think when this turns around, it's going to go back to 12. Because again, I mean, where is this? Where is this? I mean, it's like back where it was in September. It's back where it was. The whole election trade is unwound. When AI Bill Noble. Well, I don't know the answer to that, but I know that I don't know if I could say it better than AI McAfee. I mean, I could, okay? But what's AI Bill Noble going to tell you that I don't tell you? Right? I do know that in the YouTube member area, the YouTube member area is specifically designed to be as AI proof as possible because it's a man and a woman talking about crypto. And the woman is totally unpredictable, hence the word unhinged crypto, which is the name of the group. So when AI Bill Noble, I don't know. After AIntivirus gets to $1 billion. One man, one coin, 1 billion, and no one likes it. Everyone's selling. Good. Market's down. Good. Orange man knocks everything down to 80K. Good. This guy named Jocko says that all the time. Hey, boss, we got a problem. Good. Hey, boss, the market's down. Good. Okay, this is a 4-hour chart of Anti. Yeah, I know. It's down. Yeah, I know. No one gets it. Yeah, I know. No one likes it. Yeah, I know. This is what GigaChad and all this trash looked like before it went parabolic. The day you see talking John McAfee, and he tells maybe these characters from these sovereigns, he was pretty critical of them, right? Everyone's like, oh, yeah, I'm a big libertarian these days. Okay, we'll put that to the test. Hey, free speech, we'll put that to the test. So when AI Bill Noble, I don't know, maybe AI Bill Noble can talk to AI John McAfee. Can't wait. Can't wait for that day, folks. Can't wait. So in the meantime, we just have to sit here and deal with whatever we have to deal with. Right? Everyone's all negative. I'm just not doing it. And the worse it trades, the more I like it. So here's the strategy daily chart. Nothing happening, right? Wait, let me just check that. Is anything happening in this? Is it moving or is it not moving? Is that right? Yeah, MicroStrategy down 1%. Ooh, here's the Bitcoin ETF. I forgot to do this. So here's the Bitcoin ETF on LuxAlgo, right? And it's not necessarily, it's a little LuxAlgo, but not a lot. So you have the momentum ending today. That's that X. You have the bottoming signal was days ago. It's the equilibrium zone, which means it's fairly priced. You filled a giant gap here. This is the Bitcoin ETF. And you got the 200-day moving average at 45.87, and they're just puking it. Like, oh, it's like someone standing there at the 200-day moving average going, take it all. But it's probably BlackRock. Probably BlackRock's mutual funds and asset management group going, oh, yes, waving in, dude. Waving it in. You know, the best day to do the market update really is the day that no one watches it when it's down like this and everyone hates it. Everyone hates it. The eclipse is over. Did I mention that? The lunar eclipse is either over tonight or it was over last night. It's over, right? The eclipses magnify trends, which is what happens. And then when the eclipse is over, it reverses hard. So when everyone is done selling their Bitcoin to BlackRock or whoever else today, everyone's freaking out about tariffs. Everyone freaked out in 2017. It was the biggest year anybody ever saw. They got to finance $9 trillion in government debt. So if they got to get the stock market down in order to do that, then that's what they're going to do. And we got to stop acting in crypto like any of this shit matters, because it doesn't, which is what I've been telling Patreon, the middle tier offering. And God knows we've been telling YouTube members, we go twice a week. Just keep telling the same thing over and over and over and over again. This time we're telling them what picks. We're going shopping. We're just doing it, right? Because if you think we don't need Web3, you're out of your mind. Because Web2 thinks we need Web3, according to this article. And I think this person's right. They're not only looking at this going, man, we got to buy Bitcoin, man. We got to get in this decentralized universe so we can't dominate. Because that's what all these companies want to do. They want to dominate, which is fine. That's fine. I mean, it's not like they got to all sit around and go, oh, let's share with everybody else. No, they want to dominate. And you know what? That should be your mentality. Your mentality is, I'm going to buy Bitcoin. I'm going to buy something in the YouTube member area. I'm going to look at it, not investment advice, right? I want to figure out how I'm going to go dominate. I want to shoot my shot. You know, Toby's got like a girlfriend. It's like, can you help me with crypto? I don't understand. She's like, oh, yeah, you do. Do you understand stocks? She's like, oh, not really. Well, it's the same thing, right? It's just the future. She's like, okay, I'll put in $20, right? So if Toby's friend, who doesn't know Boo, can buy Fetch, you can find a coin to buy. You can. We'll help you in the YouTube member area. We'll help you in Patreon. We got all kinds of charts. They had the Bitcoin ETF charts, but Patreons are standing down there taking all this stuff from everybody. They're going to put these crypto miners into an ETF. They're down 5% today. Let them make a new low in QQQ. Just take all this stuff from them, man. Where are crypto mining stocks? Where are crypto stocks going to be if Bitcoin is at 150K or 120K in May? And because it's stocks, you can maybe think more long-term. Where's it going to be if you have like 200K at the end of the year? Everyone's talking about that. No one's talking about how you get there. And this one guy on LinkedIn, let me just share the screen. He showed you how it happens. This guy showed you. Like, you know, manufacturing turns up, Bitcoin go with it. Okay, that's maybe a spurious correlation. But this thing with money supply and Bitcoin and everybody, you know, getting a cramp and getting a burr in their saddle over tariffs, it happened in 2017. Then they printed stable coins, which they're talking about. Then M2 went up, which is happening. It's right there for you. And frequently, that's what happens, right? The thing that everyone's focusing on is wrong. Everyone's focusing on, well, oh my God, right? Oh my God, it's an algo. Oh my God, it's crypto Twitter. Meanwhile, the actual research is right here. It's right here. And I'm so mad that I can't find this thing about the apps, right? You said, you know, your token has to be an app. It's got to be an app. And if you start thinking about it that way, because I know in crypto when everybody goes, it's utility season. When everyone hears the word utility and roadmap, they sell, because that's just what they do in crypto, right? There's antivirus, Squid Grow, and Silent Swap. That's a meme coin, right? Toby found one about basketball, like a utility-based meme coin. Memes with a theme is an app, right? Like, what's on your phone? What do you got on your phone? What do you got on your phone? I don't know. You got, I don't know, crypto.com. That's an app. You got Best Buy. That helps you buy stuff, right? I got a photo app, password app, Rode microphone app, Doctor on Demand, a movie app, right? Zoom. What does your project do? Does it do something? Is it money? Can it be in an ETF? Is that really hard to figure out? I don't think so. It isn't. Now, what is hard to do is get away from all this like ridiculous bearish nonsense. Okay. And Smash Toshi said, not a good look that AIntivirus had its account suspended on X. You're right. It's not, dude. But they were afraid of McAfee. They were afraid. They came up with some reason because it's a dead guy coming back to life. So yeah, people may be deterred from buying the project. Good. People don't want it. People are scared. Good. Yeah. I mean, there's always a reason to not like something. There really is in crypto. There's always, like, you know, the team at that project, just in general, like if you deliver on one thing, there'll be somebody on Twitter whining or complaining about something else, right? It's like, oh, well, what about this? What about that? They want the price to 1000x tomorrow. I get it. Every day I think about what can I do to have antivirus go up. And we actually have a plan. Me and Toby work on this stuff all, a lot. So I get it. It's not a good look, but they're afraid. They're afraid of this guy. This guy was the original crypto influencer. He had a lot to say about the Julius Caesars of the world, right? He made a video about how to uninstall his own antivirus software after I think Intel bought it. Guy slept in a room for 2 years to make it. And then he was like, nah, I'm done. It's garbage now. This guy fought all the bad guys in the world. Stood up. Okay. The thing that they took it off Twitter, but don't worry, because don't forget, right? This is the main Twitter account, and they got 1.2 million followers on this. Okay. So yeah, the project doesn't have Twitter. The project has this and Janice, who's got 138. So yeah, I get it, man. There's always a knock. There's always a risk. Of course, there's always a risk. I mean, Toby said this to me yesterday. If you're not taking absurd risk in a way, like not the rent, right? But if you're not taking risk, like there's a saying, if you can't sleep at night, your position is too big. If you can sleep at night, you either don't have a position or your position is too small. You should have that little bit of like, not so much you can freak out, but you got to take risks somewhere. You got to shoot your shot. What's your alternative? To be a sheep? Like, to listen to this thing, right? Listen to the podcast. Let me get this up here. You know what I'm saying? Like he's telling you it's on Spotify. How long do you think it's going to take before somebody figures out there's a dead guy talking on Spotify? And what happens with the first podcast he does where he can actually answer questions and talk back? Everyone's like, AI is the future. Buy AI 16Z and Fartcoin. Yes, do that. But then when the dead start coming back to life, everyone's like, oh, what is that? Let's ban it. It's terrible. No, it's not, bro. Especially not if he had something good to say. They were afraid of this guy. I'm telling you. You should be. You listen to this. I'm telling you, you listen to this. If I had the tech, I would play it on the air. It's 3 minutes. It's like 6th Street Crypto. I don't have to do 6th Street Crypto free Twitter edition anymore because they doing this. I couldn't have said it better. I'm serious. I could not have said it better than this. Not. I don't know what the YouTube looks like. I don't know if they got subtitles going with it. Right? He's talking. Right? Your data is being weaponized against you. right? They're trying to scare you out of the crypto market. I'm not going to do this because everyone's going to click off, but I'm telling you, I don't care if you don't like this project, but you gotta like the philosophy of the project, or BlackRock's going to wind up with your crypto. It's going to be in 120K, and you will never sleep again if you gave it away again, just like everybody gave it away at 20, figuring they were going to get to buy it at 10, and they wound up paying 60. They did, or 48. Because remember, when it was at 48, the Bitcoin ETF came out, and what was that? Oh, all the geniuses that thought it was going to 10K, when it went to 48K, they were like, oh, well, I'm going to sell the fact. How did that work out? It went straight to 60, right? And then it went to 60, and then it went straight to 100. Then everyone liked it. Then it dropped. Okay, folks, don't forget about the YouTube member area. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the stream. This thing is going to bottom soon. This eclipse BS is over, and we're coming out swinging like Toby and John McAfee. Don't believe me. Go in a YouTube member area, and if you can't afford that, Patreon. And if you can't afford that, go listen to McAfee on my Twitter or his Twitter. All right? That's it for today. We'll see you tomorrow.